Because I know where I came from or where I am going, but you don't know where I came from or where I am going. You make judgment on a purely human way. Because I know where I came from or where I am going, but you don't know where I came from or where I am going. You make judgment on a purely human way. Greeting, guys. It is me here with a message of the kingdom of heaven. Guys, today I want us to speak about something very, very important. I often use this word a lot, and I've mentioned this word a lot, but I've never really spoken about it. And I did say in the previous episode that I was going to make a podcast about that, purely about that. And now I want to speak about it. Guys, I've been speaking so much about revelations, and I know that some people don't know what is a revelation, what it means. Now, guys, in this particular podcast, I want us to explore and to understand the word revelation, because many people, guys, have information, not a revelation. A revelation, guys, is different from an information. People have information about Jesus. People don't have a revelation of Jesus. Because, guys, an information about Jesus will be like, oh, I know him. Oh, I know about him. But a revelation of Jesus, guys, is knowing who that guy is. And you can't fake it. You can't claim to have a revelation of Jesus, but your walk, your actions will come from that, and they will be clearly seen. So in this particular podcast, I want us to just talk about a revelation. I remember on New Year's Eve, I made a podcast speaking about revelations that this year I want Daddy to reveal a revelation of Jesus to us instead, of resolutions. Guys, resolutions are for the people of the world, people who decide where their lives are going. You understand? But a revelation, guys, will reveal who Jesus is. Thus, your life will come from where Jesus wants it to be. You understand? Now, we've already said that the disciples, they looked at Jesus in a particular way because of who they knew him to be. We are taking John the Baptist, who says he existed before I was born. So when John looks at Jesus, he sees that this is the guy I was born through. You understand? He understands that this is a guy who existed before the creation of the world. You understand? We look at John, the writer of the Gospel of John and the book of Revelations. He says that in the beginning was the Word was God, and the Word was with God. We look at Paul. He says, in him we live and move and have our being. And then he says, everything was created for and by him. You understand? So those revelations, guys, they told them who Jesus is. In fact, guys, a revelation doesn't come from Jesus, but a revelation comes from Daddy. It is Daddy who reveals who Jesus is, because Daddy wants us now to go back to him. So we can't go back to the Father except via Jesus. So we have to go back to the Father through Jesus. So Daddy will never reveal himself to us, but he will reveal Jesus, because he wants us to go to Jesus. Because when we go to Jesus, guys, we are going back to the Father. No one can get to the Father except by Jesus. You understand? So Daddy will reveal. Now, Jesus, in this particular statement, guys, he was speaking to the people of Israel. He's asking them, do you know who I am? Do you really know where I came from? And he's asking this person, he's asking these people because he realizes that these people have information about me. They tell him a Messiah will come from Galilee. You understand? And they are rejecting him because they don't know who he is. You see, guys, a revelation and an information, for instance, if I have an information about Jesus and you have a revelation of Jesus, when he comes here, I will be seeing this person going, just a mere person. Or if he prophesies or perform miracles, to me it's like, oh, it's a prophet. You understand? But you, if you've got the revelation of Jesus, you know, damn, this guy is living in heaven. Damn, this guy is a person I was born through. Damn, this guy is the creator of the world. Damn, this guy is a son of God. You understand? So when he speaks to you, you will, yes, yes, sir, I'm doing that. You understand? So whatever he says to you, you ask how high. He tells you to jump and you ask how high, because you've got the revelation. To you, you're not seeing what I'm seeing. You are seeing a person who created the world. You are seeing a God. You are seeing a person whom you came from. You are seeing a person who sits in heaven in that throne and is wearing that crown, but is coming here on earth. But because I've got an information I've read about him in the word, so when I see this person, I'm like, oh, well, maybe he's a prophet. Oh, well, maybe he's someone. You understand? But when he speaks to me, I will not be moved. You understand? Nothing is going to happen, because it's like, this is a prophet. You understand? For instance, guys, the disciples take Peter and Judas. Peter says, you are the son of a living God. And Jesus goes to him and says, this was not revealed to you by men, but by my Father in heaven. Meaning, Daddy is the one who revealed who I am to you. So you look at me and you respect everything I say. You take everything I say to heart and you do it, because you are seeing who I am. But Judas is stealing. The guy often helped himself and he's stealing, yet he is in Jesus's inner cycle. So when he sees Jesus, he's seeing just this mere prophet. You understand? So both of them are looking at Jesus, but they are not seeing the same thing. Judas is stealing because, oh, it's a prophet. But Peter is like, Lord, where can we go? Because people left Jesus. Disciples who had joined him left him because they said, your teachings are harsh and are hard. But Peter says, Lord, if you get rid of us, where can we go? Because you are God. You are the Son of God. Your words, guys, are life. Your words, my Lord, are life. So if you get rid of me, where do I go? You understand? It's because Peter has this revelation. Peter is not seeing a mere prophet. Peter is not seeing this man who is like me. You understand? But Peter is seeing that I came through this man. Peter is seeing that, no, this is a God. This is the one who created the world, and his life, his words, they give me life. If I run away from him, if I disobey him, I will die. You understand? So that is a revelation. Even though we are seeing this very same person, yet we are not seeing the same thing. You understand? So the Israelites, they reject Jesus, and Jesus says to them, because I know where I am going and where I am coming from, but you don't. He says, you make judgment purely on human way, meaning you are looking at this man who is just a mere person like you, and when I speak, you want to stone me. Guys, every time Jesus stood in Israel, they would want to stone him. They had stones. I'm pretty sure some carried stones from home because Jesus was going to speak, and they were ready for him. Because to them, guys, it's like, you are blaspheming. Guys, Jesus will say, eat my flesh, drink my blood. If you don't eat my flesh and drink my blood, you are going to die. And it's like, they like to him, oh, wait a minute. Who do you think you are? Do you think you are more important than Abraham? Do you think you're more important than Jacob? You understand? They are not seeing who this guy is. And Jesus is saying, you don't know me. If you knew me, you will know my Father as well. Because when you know who I am, you will treat me in a different way, because you will know that I am actually a son of God. You understand? So people, guys, have information about Jesus. People will come and tell you information. Guys, the reason pastors are preaching this message of the beast, the messages of earthly blessings, messages of money, messages of earthly riches, is because they have information about Jesus. Guys, you can never change the word of Jesus if you have a revelation of Jesus, because that tells you that I rather die than lie about him. I rather die than preach what is wrong. You understand? I rather die than stand for what is not it, because you know who this guy is. That's why I keep speaking about revelations. You understand? You look at these guys, I keep mentioning my guys, Paul, Peter, James, John. You understand? And the way they talk about Jesus, you realize, damn, these people have a revelation of Jesus. Guys, a revelation, I will keep saying this, that a revelation will change your walk. While you go to church and you sleep with your boyfriend, you continue sleeping, having sex outside marriage, you continue having sex with your girlfriend, you loving money, you call the things of the world blessings and you run after them, you are running after earthly riches. It's because you've got information about Jesus. You don't have a revelation of who he is. Daddy has not revealed who Jesus is to you. You understand? Because once he reveals who this guy is, you guys, you fear Jesus. You are scared of sinning, because you know that the words of life are found in Jesus, and you know that if you continue sinning, you will never ever be alive again. You will die spiritually, and that's it. You understand? So that is why I keep stressing about revelations. Guys, they are very important. There is nothing as important as a revelation. That's why I keep telling you that I'm going to pray to the Father. Daddy, please reveal Jesus to these people. Especially because, guys, my messages are for the sheep, not the wolves. Guys, I don't care about a churchgoer. I don't care about a hypocrite. But I care about a sheep of Jesus. Because, guys, a sheep needs to have a revelation of who Jesus is. A sheep, guys, they need to have a revelation of who Jesus is, because that revelation will make you stop having sex with your boyfriend or your girlfriend outside marriage. That revelation will cause you to stop loving money. That revelation will cause you to stop loving the things of the world and calling them blessings. That revelation will cause you to stop running after riches. You understand? Your walk will change. There will be this radical change, and people won't believe, won't understand. Why are you changing? Why? It's because now you read the word and you're like, damn, I know this guy. This guy is the one who created the world. This guy sits in heaven and he sits next to the Father. Guys, that is a revelation. So in this particular one, as short as it is, I just wanted to speak about the revelation. Guys, a revelation is important. The reason you find a pastor preaching about earthly riches and calling them blessings, the reason, guys, you find a pastor preaching about earthly blessings and calling them blessings, guys, the reason you find a pastor preaching about money and prosperity is because that pastor has information about Jesus. That pastor has learned of the tree of good and evil. They have not received any revelation. Guys, a revelation will make you stick to the word of Jesus, and you will die for Jesus. You know, guys, those guys, they died. They said, Jesus, we're going to die for you. Guys, Paul, he says, I'm not only willing to be persecuted, but to die for Jesus. You understand? So a revelation, guys, is highly important. Very important. I am done, guys. I am finished. I just wanted you to understand that, because I've been speaking about this word revelation, and most of you, I'm pretty sure, are like, what the hell does this mean? It means we are both seeing Jesus, but we're seeing a different thing. Because once we see the same thing, if you've got information about Jesus, you will continue disobeying him. He will say, stop doing this. You continue doing it. Why? You have information about Jesus. When you have a revelation of Jesus, you stop sinning. That's why John says, he who claims to know Jesus but continue disobeying him is a liar. Is a liar. You can't. The guy will love you and turn away and say, get behind me, Satan. Why? You can't, guys. He was teaching them that as much as I love you, I love the Father more. You understand? Meaning I will obey the Father, because he says, I live because of the Father, and you will live because of me. You understand? He says every command that come from the Father, I live because of it. So he says every command that come from me, you will live because of it. So he will love them and then in turn say, get behind me, Satan. So John says, he who claims to know Jesus but continue disobeying him is a liar. So I want you to get a revelation. I want you to know whether Daddy reveals him directly, meaning he comes to you and reveal himself, or in any other way, if there is any other way. I want you to get a revelation of who Jesus is, just like Paul, like Peter, like James, like John, and John the Baptist. Thank you.